Hey guys, what's going on? This is Becker. I just wanted to shoot a quick intro to this video so you know what's going on. You're like, what the hell is this weird shit he's showing us on YouTube now? Anyways, so we had a huge, massive event to celebrate the launch of my book, The 10 Pillars of Wealth, which is coming out early May. And with that being said, I wanted to go and release a few of the talks from this event. We had huge people speaking like Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone, my friend Con Mirza is worth like $5 million. And so over the next week and leading up to the book opening, I'm going to be sharing more of these talks to get you pumped up, excited, just share more value, more content, and give you just a ton of cool, awesome shit like I like to do on this channel. That's what this channel's about. It should be called the Awesome Shit Channel, not Alex Becker's channel. Though then we could just take pictures of poop all day and put that on the channel as well. That'd be really weird. We should do that. Just no more info. So without further ado, let's get into this first talk. What you're going to be seeing is the first talk I gave at the event. I put my heart and soul into this. Now usually, what I'm doing is teaching or just ranting and cussing about people. This time I'm going to be talking a little bit about something real deep. It means a lot to me. Basically how to move yourself forward and motivate yourself to go to the next level in your life. How to increase your income, increase how much action you're taking. And basically I'm going to show you the tactic I use, the action set I use to basically advance over and over and over again in life, and how I constantly break out of my comfort zone and raise my income. This is absolutely huge, okay? You just can't go out there and brute force or have the motivation automatically to go out there and make $100 million, $50 million. You have to know how to challenge your mind the right way to move yourself forward, and that's what I really get into in this talk. So I'm gonna stop rambling in this video and let you get straight into it. So without further ado, enjoy the first video from the 10 Pillars of Wealth live. Get in. Woo! Awesome. Turn it off now. You guys like Marky Mark? Good vibrations? What's up, guys? How's it going? All right, so event today, guys. We got some good stuff going on today. First, I want to thank everybody here for attending, buying a shit ton of books. Okay, thank you so much. When we launched this book, did anybody get their books yet? No, you didn't get the books. Got picked up by a bigger publisher, and we're going to be launching the book on April 30th. Though anybody that sent any requests to our customer support, we just replied April Fools yesterday. So yeah, some person wrote us a very strongly worded email cussing out my support system. She's like, Alex, what do I say? I'm just like, just say April Fools. And then, yeah, person freaked out. So let me grab this right here, guys. Get going to it. Anybody go out last night? Yeah. Anybody still hungover? Yeah, back there. Anybody still hungover? Anybody still drunk? I can guarantee you at least one person that's coming to this event is over in the cheerleading competition. Like, yeah, Alex Becker, man, he has these cheerleaders coming out, dancing around. This guy does not fuck around. That is awesome, guys. All right, so where's the slide at right there? I also wanted to mention, guys, we are heavily insured. Has anybody ever been in a webinar with me? You know at the beginning of a webinar where I say, if we were in a live event, throw your chairs, light stuff on fire, just start fucking shit up? You know when I say that? Anybody here? Yeah. Well, guys, we literally have so much insurance today that you guys can literally do that. You can light stuff on fire. You can see right here, we actually have automobile insurance. If you want to drive a truck through the audience today, I can't do it, but if you want to, we are insured. We're completely covered. It's all right. If you want to punch your neighbor, that's cool. So, do it. So, before I get going, I want everybody to just take a nice stretch. Just a nice stretch out there. Get it going. I've been doing some yoga a lot. Got the Warrior One. I think that's it. Okay, well, I want you to look at your neighbor, shake their hand, and tell them why you're here and what you do. Okay, all right, shut the fuck up. Just shh. Enough. You probably, all right, guys, be quiet. No more talking. I'll just wait. Apparently everyone had that neighbor who won't shut up about his business, like, yeah, I'm a professional consultant, I work with stars, all that kind of stuff. I always like to see before I get started talking at events, all the things I can make people do. I won't do that here, but I was literally at an event where I was like, all right, now everybody do a shake and wait, and like everyone in the audience was just there like, there's this little old woman, he's like, yeah, I get it. I'm like, oh man, I feel inappropriate now. So, anyways guys, welcome to the event. Got Grant Cardone in the house. Woo! Woo! We got Ty Lopez in the house. You might want to follow his Snapchat. Yeah, woo! Here at my event. We also have Com Mirza today. Woo! 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 Also, guys, if you want to follow along with events, see everything behind the scenes, all that kind of stuff, follow me on Snapchat. I'll also send you dick pics if you want. But only on request. You have to Snapchat me. I was talking to some guy out here in the front. I'm like, hey, we got a nice geo-filter tag. Put it on there. He's like, what's Snapchat? I'm like, oh, God. He's like, that's the thing that people send dicks on, right? I'm like, no. No, it's used for other things, okay? But follow along with me right there. Also, if you want to post, that's our geo-filter as well. If you guys want to take any snaps, connect to the Wi-Fi first, because if you just do it through your phone alone, it's not going to work. But connect to the Wi-Fi, and if you want to take any snaps, you can do that. Bradley Cooper and Ellen DeGeneres were here today. They did not buy a ticket, so I threw them out. Don't fuck around with that shit. Just because they're celebrities doesn't mean they're a celebrity here. And if you want to follow along with us on Instagram, or if you want to post pictures, the official hashtag is 10 Pillars, and you can follow around at @AlexBeckerTech. I feel so stupid saying that. My girlfriend is she's the biggest Instagram person, biggest Snapchat, and I fucking hate this shit, okay? It's the most annoying thing, and now I'm on stage like, hashtag 10 Pillars, come on, follow along. It's really cool. So, what I want to talk about today, and I don't usually talk about motivational stuff. If you've ever been on a webinar with me, I just get straight to the meat and beans. I don't like to do this mental masturbation thing. But what I'm going to get into today in this first speech is how to identify the actions and do the actions that will make you millions, okay? I want everybody here to really understand, and first off, I have this no mental masturbation warning. How many people don't know who I am? You just came to this event for Grant. It's okay, raise your hand. It's all right. Fuck you guys. All right, but it's all good. It's all good. How many people here are SEOs? Just getting a good feel. How many people are SEOs? OMG? Got some OMGs in the house? Those are all the hungover drunk people, by the way. Is Cod in here? Is Cod in here yet, or is he still nursing a hangover? I know Gregory's not here. Anybody here in Source University? He lives. Where is he? Ah, you live. You live. I thought you would have died last night. It's cool, but for anybody who doesn't know, I use the term mental masturbation a lot. Basically what it is, it's just like the real thing. It's a lot of fun, but doesn't really accomplish much, okay? And that's just where you sit around, you think about doing stuff, it's all motivational stuff, and that's what I call it. So I'm not going to go Tony Robbins with you at this event, but just want to get into that before we get going. So what I want everyone to understand right now is you are literally a set of actions away from making whatever income you want. If you go home, you do the right things, you do the right tactics, you do the right things, you will make $1 million. Does everybody understand? Like, if you literally just followed through on those big auctions and the thoughts you have in your head, you'd make the money you want. Everybody understand that? At least shake your head and say, act like you do. Okay, there you go. Yeah, okay? And it comes down to what you believe, okay? And look, a lot of people ignore mindsets. They ignore motivation. They ignore all this stuff. And what you need to understand is that you're going to get shown all the tactics. I'm going to lay out my entire business to you. You're going to have people up here who are making $10 million a year, $20 million a year. You're going to have a guy that's worth $500 million talking for you. We have over $1 billion in keynote speakers speaking as well. And what you need to understand is the thing that separates those people from a person that works a 9-to-5 job, and if you work a 9-to-5 job, it's okay, it's fine. It's not a big deal. But the reason why is, imagine if you gave a person who works a 9-to-5, drives to work every single day, all the knowledge in this event. He wouldn't do shit with it. You could tell him exactly how to make millions and millions of dollars, and he would not do it. And the reason why is because of his beliefs. Now, if you go to a beginner entrepreneur, you give them the same stuff from this event, they're still not going to do it. A lot of people in this event, you're going to see all this stuff, you're going to mentally masturbate back in your room. You can do it in public, too. It's not illegal. Don't jump to pure masturbation, though. Especially there's a cheerleading event down this. Yeah. There's this event down here, and all the attendees keep... I'm not going to go down that route. Okay? So, what I want to do on this is really show you exactly how to make yourself take these actions, how to go out there and apply that, and how to have the beliefs and tactics and viewpoints that are actually going to allow you to take the actions from what you learn from this event. This is incredibly important because this event is not going to mean jack diddly shit to you. It's not going to affect your life at all unless you listen to these slides I'm about to get into. Now, the reason why we're all fundamentally screwed is because most of our lives are pretty good. How many people here have good enough lives? You're happy where you are, you know. Some people are like, no, my life sucks. I'm like, all right, I'm sorry, dude. Don't let me bring up any harsh stuff. Some guys are like, all right, so what I want to get into is how to actually push yourself to take these actions. And the reason why you won't take these actions is because of your comfort zone and your belief, okay? Everybody here is in their comfort zone right now. I'm actually outside my comfort zone right now. You know, this is the first time I've actually had an event Thank you so much for showing up, guys. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, our comfort zone is the most damaging fucking thing on the entire planet, okay? And I want to get into how to identify and take those actions that make working and making those $1 million simply work, okay? And it comes down to being able to identify when you're in your comfort zone and leave it, and then build beliefs that allow you not to go back to that comfort zone you were just at. So, what we've been trained to do our entire life is what I like to call the oasis metaphor and a life of layups, okay? Now, this sucks, but a lot of people don't take action they don't take action unless something is wrong. This is why you will see so many millionaires and billionaires almost that used to be homeless or used to be bankrupt or used to be in some bad situation, okay? A lot of times we don't self-correct. A lot of times we don't take massive action unless something is so painful that we have to get away from it. The way I like to explain this is with what I like to call the oasis metaphor. Now, on our lives right now, if your life is not exactly where you want it to be, it's okay. It's like you're at an oasis. It kind of sucks. People come and pee in it every now and then, but it's good. Okay, you're in the middle of the desert. You can't see any other oases, but this is where you're getting your source of water from. This is kind of the place where you hang out. Now, the only time you would leave that oasis to look for a bigger oasis is if something went wrong there. But you're going to settle for this oasis. You're not going to settle for a giant pond that isn't full of piss. You're not going to settle for an oasis that's full of fish and everything like that, because you're just going to stay at that, because it's a risk to leave that oasis. Now, what happens, the reason why a lot of people get spurred to go and make millions of dollars, to build a company, to build a business, is because their oasis dries up and there's no other choice, okay? And the reason why people don't naturally build businesses, they don't naturally go out there and want to change their lives, is because we've been trained to live lives of layups. Ever since we're in school, ever since we're in kids, you're supposed to gradually improve. You're supposed to gradually take little actions. You're supposed to play it safe, and you're supposed to only take the easy layups. There's no point in your life, probably when you're growing up, when people are saying, shoot the three, always shoot the three, always take risks, because the safest bet is to stay at your little oasis, your little comfort zone, where things aren't exactly how you want it, but it's good enough, you can get by with it, and to go out there and just take those little layups. Now, what I'm going to get into is most people are not blessed with massive pain. I had the blessing of having a really shitty job. I had to clean so many toilets, and eventually, toilets and all that pain pushed me to start a business. But yeah. Alex Becker, brought to you by toilets. There you go. So, what I'm getting into right now is most people's lives don't suck. It's a problem, okay? How many people here have a job? How many people are working a 9 to 5 and want to leave that job, okay? Very few people. Very few people. A lot of people that work a 9 to 5, that is not their dream. A lot of people don't want to drive to work every single day. A lot of people don't want to work for somebody else their entire life, but their job sucks, but it's not that bad that they have to change something, okay? And that's really bad. And a lot of people here, how many people are entrepreneurs and your business is not where you want to be, but it's doing well enough? You're making good money. Okay, all right? A lot of times, I see this as well as too. A lot of people get started, they're in their 9 to 5, and it eventually gets so bad that they have to start a business. Then they start a business, they get back into their comfort zone, and they stop growing that business. They kind of plateau. How many people here have a good business, you're making good money, but you feel like you've plateaued? A lot of people, and this is how you're going to break out of it. Now, the problem with this is you've not hit your dreams, you've not hit everything you want to get out of life, but what you're getting is just enough, and that's the worst fucking thing on the entire planet. So I made some sweet diagrams, all right? Alex Becker diagrams. People are like, what the hell is this shit going on right here? So what I want to identify right here, and I go up to the bigger screen right here, so the blue line right there represents your dreams, everything you want to get out of life, your amount of success, just being an overall cool guy, all right? When you hit the top, you become Justin Bieber. So everyone's like, no! But anyways, so you is represented by the dotted line, and the red line represents your pain. Now, how it works is when your pain threshold gets too high, when you get into a place of pain where you have to move, you have to jump out of it, that's when you're going to start to grow. For example, if you just got fired from your job, like let's say you shit on the boss's desk, there's no way you can get a job anywhere else. I actually had a friend that quit his job by attempting to shit on his boss's desk. He's not here today, but if you ever see him, he's a cool guy. I'll post his picture on Snapchat after, and you all can be like, yeah. But anyways, let's imagine you did that, okay? And let's imagine you can't get a job anywhere else, you can't get hired, you're going to be homeless. What's going to happen is your pain level at that point in time is going to be like, I have to build a business, I have to do something. I've never worked on the internet before, I've never built a business before, but fuck it, I'm going to do this, okay? Does everybody understand what I'm getting at right now? You're following along with the overall metaphor? Yeah? Everybody just go, woo! Woo!
Wake the fuck up, guys. We can burn this place down and we're still insured, okay? If anybody has a truck and just wants to get on the news, it's your chance. It won't cost me anything. Okay, so what happens with most people in their life? Yeah, I see some guy over there like, can I put my branding on it? This homicidal maniac brought to you by Many Making Robot XXX. All right, so anyways, what happens in most people's lives is they never get the pain threshold pushed upon them. They go to college, they get a job, and they slowly improve throughout their lifetime, but they don't really ever do anything drastic. They don't start that business they want to do. They don't go and chase their dreams because life isn't that hard. Your pain threshold right there just stays right there, and they slowly kind of grow. Now, how an average entrepreneur looks is I see this all the time. I see people that get into the entrepreneur game, they kill it their first year. They're making $1 million a year, and then they just plateau and lose everything. I've seen it over and over again. If you just got into internet marketing and you're just starting to make good money, a lot of people, they fall into this trap where they forget what got them where they're at right now, and then they just kind of coast because they're in their comfort zone again. They don't improve anymore and they don't plateau. And for a lot of people here that are plateauing, you might think it's because of some other reason or something, but you know what the fuck you need to do to go and get to the next level. Okay? For example, when I was planning this event, I knew what I fucking needed to do to take my business to the next level. I want to have an event. I want to have a New York Times bestseller. I want to do big things. And all those things were extremely uncomfortable to me. And I'm going to show you exactly how I got the motivation to do that kind of stuff. But what you're going to see with a lot of average entrepreneurs is their pain threshold is going to get high. And what's going to happen, they're going to take drastic action. They're going to start that business. They're going to do that thing that nobody else ever does. And what they're going to do at that point in time is they're going to make that drastic action. And then they're going to get up here again. The pain threshold levels out. And they just sit at that point for the rest of their lives. Make sense? I want big yeses and yeahs, all right? I'm extremely insecure, guys. I need your support. All right, so what happens with a lot of average entrepreneurs I see as well, they do this dance, okay? And this is probably what you're also falling into as well. Do people kind of see what I'm talking about? Do you kind of relate to some of the things you're seeing up here as far as an entrepreneur? That you see that happening in yourself? And woo! Yeah, just yell yes even if it doesn't even apply to you. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. All right, so what I see a lot of other people do is their pain threshold gets so high, and then what happens, they go up, they plateau, and then they start crashing again, and then they go back below the pain threshold, and then what happens at that point in time, they do this little dance up and down, up and down, up and down, for the rest of their lives. How many guys are doing that? You had your first success, and then you crashed, and you went back up again, and you crashed. Anybody here fall into that? I did that. It happens to almost every single entrepreneur I see when they first make their money. Start going to bars, start buying Ferraris, start filming themselves on YouTube, and everything's gone. How many people here found me on YouTube? You just didn't know anything, you just, yeah. There's some douchebag filming about his watch on YouTube. Mom, this is my new role model. I'm going to Vegas. All right. Is Nicholas here? Nicholas from the BDM Mastermind, are you here, dude? No? It's really funny. He told me this story, and so I have this friend. What? He's here? Oh, I think the mic just broke up. All right, so I have this friend named Greg Davis, and he shot this video where he's like outside of a liquor store with like a Ferrari or something. He's like, yeah, I make $50,000 a day, blah, 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 blah. He actually does, but it's just the most ridiculous thing you ever see. And Nicholas went up to his mother, and he's like, his mother's like, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing? He's like, I'm following this guy right here. It's the bomb right there. And so he's like, what are you doing with your life? You're ruining everything. But anyways, it's funny to me. All right, so here's how excessively rich, and this is what I want to show you how to do today. This is what I'm going to break down to you. Excessively rich people, their pain threshold is constantly going up. Okay, and I'm going to show you the setup right there. Every day that they're not uberly rich is painful, and whenever they hit their goal, they see everybody else having success, they see something else happening, and they're again in pain. Okay? And what happens when this is happening, and how your mind works, is when you see when the pain threshold increases, your beliefs change. Okay, so imagine like you're at the very beginning right there, you're at the very beginning when you break over, and you think, I can't start a business. A lot of people who are in their jobs right now, they don't think they can make $1 million business. It's just not going to happen. Okay? And what happens when you do create that business, your beliefs change. Okay? So imagine you went out, you started a business, you quit your job, you made $2 million, but then you lost everything. Are you going to go back to working a job when you understand you can create that type of business? Does that make sense, guys? You're not going to go back. Once you've made that first $1 million, even if you lost it, you can't go back because you know you can. And so your pain threshold gets higher. Everybody following? Notice this. I want to make sure all this mumbo jumbo I'm spouting out makes sense because it's going to come together. It's going to make a big old cool fucking collage. All right, so what happens with successfully rich people is their pain threshold keeps going up. They constantly keep putting themselves in a place of pain where they have to go, they have to go, they have to keep doing better, better. And so they have this super high curve right there that you're seeing right there. And what happens is they get richer and richer and richer. Their beliefs keep changing. They go, well, I can make $1 million. Why can't I make $10 million? All right, I just made $10 million. Why can't I make $100 million? And so they can never go back down, and that pain threshold keeps pushing them forward. I'm going to show you how to use pain to motivate yourself to do just drastic fucking things, even if you're already in your comfort zone. If you're making $1 million a year right now, there's very little incentive for you to go do anything else. You can sit on your couch all day, play Xbox, pick your nose, mentally masturbate, or really masturbate, and do whatever you want to do. So, and the same thing happens with like failed entrepreneurs as well. I'm not really going to get into this because I'm breaking it down, but you see what happens if a person went out and they created a $100 million company. Let's talk about like Robert Belfort, okay? Guy goes out, creates a $100 million company, gets sued, goes to jail, that kind of stuff, but he's never going to go back to working a 9 to 5 again. He's never going to go back to just doing the same old stuff because he knows he can make $100 million again, all right? So your pain threshold is what's going to push you forward. So you have to recognize this. No more grass for the rest of the event either, so. I like that. All right, so you have to recognize this, and we're going to cover beliefs in a moment because they cover the thresholds that are going to stop you from going backward in your life. But what I want to get into is how we use pain triggers to increase the threshold and motivate ourselves. And you have to understand our mind is literally designed to escape pain and hover. Our little monkey minds are designed to, if something goes wrong, we have to get out of there, we have to escape it, we have to do everything we can to remove that pain. But once we get above that, we're just going to hover, and that's so dangerous as an entrepreneur, because once you go and start making $100,000 a year, $200,000, $1 million a year, your mind is going to tell you to hover. It's not going to tell you to write that book. It's not going to tell you to start that software company. It's not going to tell you invest and take all your money and take a big risk. It's going to tell you, dude, chill the fuck out. Just play Xbox. Relax. Eat potato chips. And I want to change that with you guys. Now, you have to put yourself in a constant battle against your mind's desire for comfort. Now, for example, when I was doing this event, there was very little incentive for me to do this event. There was very little incentive for me to write a book. The majority of my income comes from software companies. I could sit in my house, manage my developers, and do nothing. There's no reason for me to be doing this. However, I was able to put myself in a place of pain where I want to go do bigger things. I want to have a book that's going to hit the New York Times bestsellers list. I want to have an event with hundreds and hundreds of people at it. We actually oversold. There's people locked in the hallway right now getting really upset. So they can probably hear me too, and they're like, fuck this guy. I want a refund. All right, so we'll just say April Fool's again. So just kidding. Just kidding, okay? Someone's going to quote me saying that, put it on YouTube, and he's a scammer. It's just like that Ty Lopez guy. You guys ever seen the, yeah. You guys ever seen the video I made defending Ty? Anybody seen it? People on the internet. Jesus Christ. All right, so this doesn't mean you have to be sad either. It doesn't mean you're going to have to sit in your house and like be cutting yourself like some emo guy or anything like that. But I'm going to show you how to use it to constantly motivate yourself. So let's get into that. Now, a personal example with me, and this is how I really discovered this way to drive yourself forward. I used to coach dating way back in the day. All right, it was my first business. The website made like $1,000 a month. They mainly just did it for fun. It was a really shitty business, actually. But what I noticed, and you'd meet these guys who would go out, and you'd meet them, they'd want to talk to women. They didn't know how to talk to women. They wanted to do it because they were in so much pain from not getting laid their entire lives. They had to go out there and approach women. So what we would have to do is constantly push them. They go to the bar, and they're like, I want to talk to girls, I want to talk to girls, I want to talk to girls. But what would happen is they get there, and they'd suddenly freeze up because in their head, their beliefs and everything else said, no, you can't talk to girls. Your entire life says you can't talk to women. You can't talk to other people. And if anybody's giggling, next time you go in the hallway, just approach a complete stranger who does not want to talk to you and talk to him. It's the most uncomfortable, weird thing on the entire planet, okay? You giggle now. Go try it. Literally. When I told people, like, turn to your neighbor and shake their hand, everyone's like, yeah, I do internet marketing. All right. But anyways, what we would do is I would put them in massive pain. I would start calling them a loser. I'd start making fun of them. I'd do all sorts of stuff, and they were like, you know what, fuck you, I'm going to go talk to this girl. And he'd go talk to the girl, and the girl would be like, he'd be like, hi, I'm David. And the girl would be like, I'm Melanie, is this cool? And what would happen at that point in time is the guy would suddenly have a belief shift. He got put in so much pain that he went and took that action that he was afraid to do, and he had a belief shift. He just realized that if I go talk to a girl, the world's not going to end. Do you see how that belief suddenly just changed his entire life right there because he put himself in pain? Yeah, and so when the guy keeps going up there, guy goes again. He has a positive response for a girl. Guy goes again. He eventually gets a kiss or something like that. And at that point in time, his whole entire life has changed because we kept putting him in pain, motivated him to take action. He did that. His belief system goes up, and he's never going to go to a bar and hide ever again. And that's kind of how it went out there. Now, becoming financially free. I used to be in the Air Force, and the Air Force is a great place to work. The place I worked at in the Air Force was not a great place to work, okay? I had civilian bosses who would work us to the bone and just basically make us clean toilets all day. All right, I was a firefighter. I joined the Air Force to fight fires, and I cleaned trucks and cleaned up people's shit for 4 years. It wasn't fun, and my bosses were assholes. So I've seen it all the time. I had to get out of this. My whole entire life, I was just a guy that coasted. Transformation. I've seen it with normal guys going from nothing, almost failed out of high school. My parents couldn't build a business because they wanted to. So I'm like, all right, painful happens, so whatever. Finally have to do it. And I wasn't planning to do anything with my life except today. Actually, some of our Air Force firefighter forever. All right, if I'd gone to college or something like that, probably just be at home experimenting with LSD right now. You guys will see him, I believe, tomorrow at my parents' house. Go, Cotton Grammar. Alex is upstairs tripping balls again. He's 30 years old. Getting kind of weird. All right, but anyways, yeah. There was a point where I needed to get out of that. I had to break out, and suddenly I had a transformation as a person. I was like, all right, I need to go out there and find some way. All right, but anyways, so I can sit at home and play Skyrim all day. When Cotton Grammar first got, and I found it. I learned how to do SEO. I got out of that, and because of the pain I was pushed in, I learned how to make money. I built that business that I would have never built. And once I built it, I had the belief shift. I can make money on stuff like that. And Cotton, now when it came to extreme pain, becoming wealthy, joined one of my groups, and he also joined another group called OMG, and he was like, I had another shift. No matter what. Once I went out there, and I would just watch my friends, I'd watch everybody surpassing me, and I had that initial belief shift. I'm going to kill it. That taught me. And what happened? Cotton pushed himself forward. The next time I saw him a few months later, he was making $100,000. You'll make more money. So I had that belief shift. And I got tired making $400,000 of just getting by. I got tired of not being successful enough. I got tired of watching people I knew on the internet and it started to make with the same thousands of dollars a year today. That pain motivation. $500,000 a year, $1 million a year. Luke McGuire, right, when he first came to me, and that's how I joined as software companies. That's how I created everything else out there. And that's how I started building a multi-million-dollar business. Making no money, right? I think motivated me to go out there and build that. Now, another example, something like that with Market Hero. And a few weeks ago, he had launched. I realized because he was in a place where he needed to make money, connection between pain, motivation, your beliefs, do his first success. So I use it again to build what is called Market Hero, and we've been working on this for almost $1 million in a week. About almost a year now. And this is an hour response we've been on this. But there's very little incentive. In fact, one of the reasons why he got his loan for his first business, he sold to build Market Hero and invest hundreds of millions of dollars in pain. He's going to tell you a story tomorrow where he won $2 million, $5 million per month company here in the next year. He had to go out there and become rich. Again, with this event, with the book, he was not happy. Again, he was going out there building a business, and he went to some pain to motivate myself, getting turned down to get a loan for $1 million. Actually, the reason why, the moment I started writing the meeting where the guy insulted him, I went to this Dallas Stars house, kicked him out of his office, and they walked in because my girlfriend's calling. They're like, yeah, come to the party, come to the party. And I walked in, and he comes up to me, he's like, eventually met his investor. Oh, you're nobody, I don't know you, get out of my house. I'm like, hadn't been pushed to do that. The guy just been like, I'll show you, he's going to be a fucking nobody. I don't want to invest. And that was actually the moment where I'm like, I'm going to fucking write this book. I'm going to be a New York Times bestseller. I'm going to become something more. Okay? So I used that. It was a completely mature. I was shit-faced too, so you might not even have said that. I just everybody say yes. Might be making it up. All right? Now I want to show you to do this. Now, what you have to do right now is recognize you're hovering. And if you're in this room right now, 99% of you are hovering. You might think you're doing great. You might think you're really fucking smart. You might think that your business is infallible. Or you can just go anywhere, you're whatever. Everything's just going to last for everything. Everything's going to be hunky and green for the rest of your life. That's false. If you have not done something that scares you, if you've not invested your money into something that scares you, if you're not doing something right now that makes you extremely fucking uncomfortable, aka leaving your comfort zone, you are fucking up right now, and you're fucking up hitting that point you want to hit in your life. You're fucking up hitting your dreams. And that's why I'm so passionate about this. That's why I want to have this event. That's why I wrote the 10 Pillars of Wealth, because I want people to change that. First, recognize you're hovering. If you're not uncomfortable right now, if everything's going great in your life, you're hovering. You're hovering. This entire build-up to this event, I was extremely uncomfortable. This is the first event I've ever thrown. First book I've ever written. And I went out there and I set these goals to hit the New York Times bestseller list. I set to have an event with 700 people show up, even though I don't have a marketing list. They're all SEOs. All right, in fact, when I was launching this event, people were like, well, Alex, you have an SEO list. Why are you throwing a marketing event? I'm like, they'll come. And then when I launched it, they're like, Alex, we like you, but not that much. Okay. It didn't need to be SEO. But then what you need to do is recognize that you're hovering. And then incite massive pain in your life. This can be a lot of things that I will get into here in a sec, but you saw with the example of like the Stars player, right? And that was just immature stupidity on my part, but I recognized it and I used that anyways. I incited massive pain. I went out there and I saw my friends who were killing it. I saw people creating businesses that were worth $100 million, creating businesses making $1 million a month, and I put myself in massive pain because I was looking down on myself. I knew I could do better. I knew I could do something more. So that's the next step you have to do. Then you have to identify the actions that will break the comfort zone and build the beliefs that you need so that you can't dip anymore. Once your beliefs change, once you believe you can do something, you're going to be in massive pain. A lot of people here, if your businesses that are already successful, you don't believe you can build a $100 million company so that you're not in pain with your $1 million company. You don't believe that. Once you truly believe you can build a $100 million company, you can't continue anymore. You can't continue just coasting me like, oh, I'll just settle for the million. You have to get that 100 million. How to recognize you're hovering. Identify your big goal. How many people have hit their lifelong big goal in this room? No one. No one. Identify your ultimate goal immediately. Write it down. If you leave this event, I want you to set your hugest goal. My big goals right now, I want Market Hero to be a $100 million company. I want to sell it for $200 million. I want to have 4 New York Times bestsellers. I want to be, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I want to have an event next year with 3,000 people when I have a much bigger list. I want to build the Alex Becker marketing list to 100,000 people in the next 2 months. These are goals I have. These are my big goals at this point in time. I eventually want to be worth north of $500 million. That is my ultimate goal at this point in time. I want to have dozens of New York Times bestsellers, and a lot more that I'll get into later in this event. I've identified my ultimate goals, and I'm in a lot of pain when I'm not hitting them. In fact, I'm in pain right now that I haven't done these things yet. I could have started a few years ago working on these things, and I haven't. It pisses me the fuck off. Now, have you made movement towards that goal lately? The biggest goal in your life, how many people here, how many people have identified their biggest goal? How many people clearly know what you need to do? Have you made movement towards that goal lately? I know so many people who are like, I want to be a New York Times bestseller, I want to have $50 million, but they don't do jack shit to move towards it. They do another launch. They build another SEO website. They launch another PPC campaign. That's keeping them where they're at. They're hovering, but it's not taking them anywhere closer to their goals. How many people are doing that right now? Exactly. Exactly. Recognize that you're hovering. One of the best things about having successful friends is it's going to be completely clear when you're hovering because they're going to surpass you. Okay? I have a friend named Wyatt actually in the back of the room, and one of the things that motivated me to build Market Hero is because I saw him building this other company called Demio. David as well. And I saw them building this company named Demio. I'm like, dude, they're doing big things. I need to do big things too. And that motivated me to build Market Hero. You said it as well. All right? Look at your friends when people are passing you. That is a sign you are hovering. Okay? If this is where you want to be in 5 to 10 years, would you be happy with it? Literally think right now where you're at. How many people here in 5 to 10 years, if you're in the exact same place business-wise, would you be happy? Fuck no. Say fuck no. If you don't, exactly. There's like little cheerleader girls, like 10 years old, walking by, and like we're talking about masturbation and yelling fuck no. Keep the children away. Has anybody gone to the Michael Jackson event here? Isn't that the one with the hologram? All I can picture is like the hologram Michael Jackson chasing little kids around. I can't make myself go to it. Yeah, woo! Just chasing kids. All right, so that's the sign you're hovering, everything I just covered. That's where you're hovering. Also, having a mentor helps as well. Com is one of my mentors, and when I first came to him, I was making millions of dollars, but I wasn't happy and I wasn't where I wanted to be, and he motivated me to do these bigger things. And those mentors are going to incite you to do that kind of thing, and they're going to bring that pain to your life. Now, the first thing you really need to realize, guys, and this is really morbid, you're going to die. You only have so many years. If you're starting your business right now and you're 25, maybe you have like 30, 40 years left where you have a ton of energy to really do this. Time is limited. Everyone in this room, very morbid, is already dead, and you only have so much time. You don't want to spend a single year, 6 months, 2 months hovering, because you're not going to get any of that back. You're not going to get any of it back. So everyone realize that immediately right now. You do not want to be 80 years old, 90 years old, looking back and going, man, I wish I had taken those risks. Because you know what happens when you take risks and fail? Nothing happens. You learn something. You might go bankrupt, something bad might happen to you. Some of the richest people you're about to see on stage right now have all been bankrupt. Nothing bad happens. But they can look back and say, I took that risk. Think about that every single time you're not hitting your lifelong goal. Now, imagine how it would feel not to hit your goals. That's the next thing that really incites pain in me personally. I imagine I'm on my deathbed, and I look back and saying, man, I didn't make that. I didn't do that. I wanted to do that. I wanted to build that $500 million company. I wanted to have 4 New York Times bestsellers, but I didn't do that. How many people does that cause you pain right now? Yeah, it's morbid. It's not fun to talk about. I tell Michael Jackson jokes before I do that. So imagine what people will think of you 5 years from now. Imagine what other people how they will view you. If you're killing it right now, how many people just like started making good money? Raise your hand. And how many people are impressed with you? Yeah, a lot of people are like, wow, I can't believe you did this. I can't believe it's taken off. It's not going to be so cool 5 years from now when you're in the exact same place. Yeah, think about that. Look at how your successful friends are surpassing you. This is why you need to network with successful people just like yourself. If you're at this event right now and you don't have any, if you don't have any of your friends that make as much money as you do, you're doing something really wrong. You should have tons of friends who make much more money than you do and make you embarrassed when you're hanging out with them, okay? Well, I'm talking to Com, like, he's talking about, like, he doesn't even talk about how much money he makes anymore, but I'm just like, oh, when I talk to Codden, for example, he's making like $700,000, $800,000 a month. I'm like, dude, when I first met him, he was only making $100,000 a month. Now he's making more than I do. Pisses me off. I love Con, but it pisses me off. All right? So go kick him in the nuts next time I see him. That's why I didn't go to OMG last night. Just kidding. All right, so look at people in the position you want to be. A lot of times you're going to see people in the same exact position you want to be, and they're not any smarter than you are. They don't do anything that different. They don't There's nothing that separates you from them. That should piss you off. You should be very upset about that. Now, what you need to do is also place a big public bet on yourself. Set your big goals. For example, I made this event very public. All right, if people did not show up to this event, that would have sucked. Okay, that would have really sucked. If my book did not hit the New York Times bestsellers list when I've been talking about it for the past 4 months, it would have been very embarrassing. And that drive right there is why this event is full right now. That drive right now is why that book is going to be a New York Times bestseller on April 30th, because of the public bets on myself. I place those huge bets on myself in public so that if I don't do that, I'm going to look like an idiot. You use that pain to drive yourself forward. Now, if you have a mentor that expects something from you and is going to put you in pain when you don't hit your goals, works very well as well. All right, so identify the actions that will break you out of your comfort zone immediately. You need to be repeating this process over and over again. So what you need to first do, and this is really, if you're just getting started, it's the same thing as embarrassing yourself. What I would do with guys and when we're doing, turn off your fucking phone. Turn that off. What I would do when I was teaching guys, they were terrified of talking to women. Their comfort zone was sitting on the other side of the bar. And I know talking about dating and stuff is a weird metaphor, but it connects so well with every other facet of life when it comes to learning and improving itself. So what I would have them do is I'd have them walk up to a girl and just start rubbing their nipples or do something really weird like that. The girl would freak out, tell them to get the fuck away, but then you'd be like, oh man, now I did that. I can easily go up and say, hi, my name's Daniel or whatever. You see how that works? You embarrass yourself, you set your beliefs, like, because the guy thinks before, if I walk up and say, hi, my name's Daniel, the girl's gonna freak out. The guy walks up and just like starts like doing this at the girl. Don't do that to women, don't do that. I do not encourage that. This is stuff I told people to do when I was like 20 years old. Don't do that, okay? We have people like chasing girls around the bars and Becker told me to do it. It's all right, I'm insured, so lawsuits, it's cool. All right, so go out there and take that big bet. If you haven't started your business yet, go out there and just start that business right now. What you're going to do, just take massive action, ridiculous action, stuff that doesn't even make sense. Like if you're not making any money right now, be like, I want to make $1 million by the end of the year. If you're making $1 million right now, be like, I want to make $12 million, $10 million, $20 million by the end of the year. Take those big massive bets and just throw it all away. And what's going to happen at that point in time is your belief system is going to radically change. How you view business, how you view everything is going to radically change because your belief system has been pushed up here, your pain threshold has been risen. Now what you also have to do is take radical action. You guys might have noticed, a lot of people, if I wanted to write a book, the smart thing to do, the easy life layup, the way to stay at my oasis would have been to just release one of these stupid PDF ebooks you put on the internet, you put on Amazon, you like have people buy and you're like, I'm a bestseller. That's what I could have done. All right, that was the reasonable thing to do. If I wanted to build a software company, the reasonable thing for me to do would have been to build like a small little email autoresponder first. I didn't need to take big bets. I didn't need to do these things. For this event, the smart, nice thing for me to do would be to have a 100-person event. That would have 100% sold out. Wouldn't have to do anything about it. But I didn't do that, okay? I took radical action in new areas that I was completely uncomfortable in. And what happens when I put those public bets on myself, I throw myself into these heavily actioned areas, is I have to go out there and do it. I put myself in so much pain that I have to have a New York Times bestseller. I have to have a full event. I have to create this software company. I have to make $100 million. I fucking have to. It's not a choice. I have to do that. You guys see that? You understand that? It's massive. Now find what really scares you and do it now. If you're avoiding buying advertising, if you're avoiding hiring a staff, if you're avoiding all these things that make you slightly uncomfortable, how many people here know exactly what they do, but there's just things you keep putting off? Should be everyone in the room if you're hovering. You haven't hit your dreams yet. You know exactly what you want to do. It drives me absolutely nuts. So what you need to do, throw an event. Spend a ton of money on your new brand. Don't put yourself in bankruptcy. Don't go and make stupid investments, but take the dive immediately after this event. Don't tip your foot in, okay? Write a book, all right? Shoot for a New York Times bestseller. Shoot to build a $100 million company. Stop fucking around. You have limited time. You are going to die. You only have so much time when you can actually run this business. You only have so much momentum. If you just start making money now, that momentum is not going to be with you forever if you slow down. So it is time to start playing big. It is time to stop aiming small. This event is not about making $100 fucking goddamn dollars a day. It's not about making $50 a day. It's about creating excessive wealth in your life. Excessive wealth that intimidates people. That is what this event is about, all right? So do it now, all right? And then what you need to do now is execute and embed. What's going to happen after you do these things? That's your new comfort zone. Man, if you go out there and you set out to make a $100 million software and you fail and only make a $10 million software, your new comfort zone is coasting at $10 million a year instead of coasting at the 100, 300, $400 a day that some of you might be at right now, okay? At that point in time, you can't go back. So what's the thing to do again? Your comfort zone is now at $10 million a year. You're like, fuck, I need to make that $100 million a year now. And then you can make a bigger goal. Set it to $500 million company. Push yourself forward. It doesn't necessarily, and don't take this the wrong way, it doesn't necessarily necessarily matter if you hit your goals, but it matters if you put that action forward because you're going to hit something way bigger than you ever planned on hitting. Now, what you need to do is remember this success and reinforce it. Okay, when I first had my first $1 million year, before that, I thought making $100,000 a month, $1 million a year was completely unreasonable, okay? Completely unreasonable. When I did that, I realized, man, dude, if you can make $1 million a year, you can make $10 million a year. You can make $50 million a year. If you want, you can become a billionaire if you want to. And you need to remember these things to reinforce you when you're afraid of doing these things. You go, man, I see these other people out there doing that. I've done this before. There's so much proof telling me I can do this. And if I don't do this, I'm an idiot, okay? And the second you get comfortable, the second you start realizing these signs that we talked about before, that you are hovering right there, that is when you need to start executing this whole entire pattern over and over and over again until you hit your massive goal. Now, that's it. That's all you need to do. If you keep doing this and using pain to push yourself forward, using pain to drive yourself forward, then you are going to hit your goals. You're going to hit something way bigger than you ever planned on hitting in your life. So what I want you to do is, look, how many people are a little uncomfortable now with what I'm saying? This isn't a happy speech, okay? This isn't a happy speech. It's like, hey, just dream your goals and think deep thoughts and tons of money will come to your bank. It's not how it works, okay? You have to go out there and do this. So I want you to leave this event upset with yourself and with a fire. Okay? Because look, you can motivate yourself, you can do all sorts of stuff like that, you can do kumbaya exercises till the day you die. What's going to motivate you and make you take action now is you getting pissed the fuck off about where you are with your life and moving towards that goal right now. You have the right actions to apply this fire to. When you leave this event, you'll have several multimillionaires telling you the best keys to your business. Every single person speaking on the stage is a multimillionaire. Every single one. And they're going to be shelling out their best information. The best information you have. Later today, you're going to see a guy making $30,000 a day. You're about to see Grant Cardone. You're about to see a guy making $500 million, or worth $500 million. There's no excuse for you not to go out there and apply this. So, a mentor can also help with this as well. So, prior to the event, this is probably what you look like. Wherever you are with your business, you're coasting in your comfort zone. A lot of people here just sit there in their comfort zone. Nobody here said they've hit their big life goal. Now, after the event, what I want you to do is I want your pain barrier to be so high above you that you have to start taking action immediately right now. So I encourage you to all these things I just talked to you about. I encourage you to take it in, bring it in to who you are as a person, and apply it right now. So with that being said, guys, or we can just continue right there. I dare you right now, and you guys aren't going to do this because you don't believe you can do it. Go to your Facebook page right now and post your big goal. Post what you want to do. Post it on social media and publicly commit to it. If you can't do that, you're not serious about it because someone might make fun of you. And if you can't do it because someone might make fun of you, you're not serious about your goals. Tell your friends. Tell your wife, tell your family your big dreams and goals. You probably haven't yet. A lot of people in this room are too embarrassed to share their big goals with them. Tell them, and if so, they expect you to do this. Make it so that if you don't go and you're not following through on this, people are like, man, he was just joking about that. He's just fucking around. He's not serious. He's not going to become rich. He's just another dude. Stop being another dude, all right? Write it on a piece of paper that stares at you every morning. Put it in your bathroom mirror. Put it at your desk. Your big goal and the things you need to do to accomplish it. And if you're not doing that, you have to look yourself in the eye every single morning. Be like, oh yeah, I'm just blowing it off. Make it so you can't do that. Film yourself now saying your big goals. It's going to be super awkward. I was on the desert yesterday with all these camera guys taking pictures of myself. I felt like the biggest douchebag of all time. But, yeah, I'm so cool. So what you need to do is film yourself telling yourself your big goals and play it every single day before you get to work. Okay? When you wake up in the morning, you're not always going to have that drive. You're not going to have that drive to move forward. You're not going to have that pain. You're going to wake up feeling, oh, life is perfect and stuff like that. Find a way to incite that pain immediately when you wake up. And make it so you can never, ever look back and say you didn't swing the bat. Make it so you can, when you're on your deathbed and people are like, hey, did you do this? Did you hit your big goal? You either say, man, I hit it, or man, I spent my entire life trying to do it and I discovered so much. I did so much. I achieved so much. And that is what I want you to take away from this event. So, let's get this going, guys. This is the intro to the event. Everybody get pumped. Woo. Thank you so much for attending, guys. Got a little treat for you right now. We got Grant Cardone. I think everybody knows him. I have a big, long intro, but everybody knows who Grant Cardone is in here. Are we excited? Good. New York Times bestseller, running multiple companies, making $100 million in sales a year. It just goes on and on. You guys have seen it on the private jet. You've seen all that kind of stuff. So what I want to do right now, I want to bring Grant Cardone up to the stage. Let's get this event going.